Hello, this is David with TechNewsZone.com in Henderson, Nevada. Today we're going to be doing a video on the unboxing and initial usage of the Ender 3 S1 Pro. I'd like to thank geekbuying.com for sending us the printer and also being referred to us by 3D Print General. Appreciate his referral. Now we have this Creality Ender 3 S1 Pro, which we are going to first show unboxing, like I said earlier, and then go a little into detail on the printer itself. A few of the prints off the SD card, a couple off Cura, and then we'll go from there. And then once we get the Sonic Pad, which we're going to be getting soon, with Clipper, we'll do another video on setting up Clipper, and then also some of the prints and things you could do with it as well on the Ender S3 S1 Pro. So, even though we're given the printer, like I said, we'll be moving on to the unboxing and go from there. Thank you. Hello, this is the unboxing video I was referring to earlier. We're switching to camera 2. Please turn the lights on. Ooh, lights on. Very nice. Okay, so we're going to show what's in the box. This is the Creality Ender S1 Pro. And in the box we see a manual. There's something in there. It looks like it's probably it's some stickers. I guess that's for the kids or something. Or put on the side of your computer or something. A little sheet on how to level. That's auto leveling anyway, but it's always nice to know. Really small roll of filament. That would probably be the biggest negative. A full-size roll of filament, like even a 200 milligram or 250 milligram filament would be nice, but it is what it is. Okay. Then in here we have. You still see it? Okay. In here we have the. Looks like the. Inside there we have the hot end, filament holder. The filament sensor, runout sensor. That's kind of cool. If you look at that, the runout sensor is on this connected via this little connector that hooks to the filament. So that's kind of cool. Also in here we have the hot end. I don't know what this is. Some other accessories. That looks like it's a scraper and a little, maybe a holder for the scraper. That's kind of cool. Oops. We're on video. Yes, we are. You need a better tripod, but it's better than no tripod. I'm going to try to do this with that. And that would be the lovely, friendly touchscreen. I'm going to probably start using Clipper, but at this point, when I first get this set up, I'm going to use it with the way it is out of the box. So, and then here, you still see that? Oh, I'm still learning how to do this. This, which is a, I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to look in the instruction manual, but, so there's some of the parts are in there. We're going to put this together in a little bit. And here, you can still see the video. Yep. Down in here, there's the bed of the printer. That's about it, really. Power cord. And this one has a built-in power supply, so the power cord hooks into the printer, and then that's pretty much it. Next thing we'll do will be the setup of the printer, and then we'll show how that works, and then after that we'll do a second video where we'll show it actually operating, how to load filament, that type of thing. This is Dave with TechNewsZone.com signing out, and I'll be back with TechNewsZone.com in Henderson, Nevada. This is the Ender 3 S1 Pro, and it's just getting started. It's the initial print that we did on it. It's using some matte green filament I got off Amazon. It's like an army green. It's not the fanciest filament, but I had a little tiny roll of it, so it'd be better than that little tiny white roll that came with the printer. So I'm using that. It's a matte PLA in like an army olive drab green. Which I had a problem with that filament in a different printer, but this one seems to be more durable with the full metal hot end. So this is the initial print. First thing I did was I assembled it. Took about an hour. I'm not the most coordinated human in the world. Highly intelligent, I've been told, but not highly coordinated. So it took me longer than it should have taken me, but I got it put together. Then I leveled the bed with the auto bed leveling, which is on the control screen. My remote cam is getting too much glare, so I'll come back to that later. And then Oh, it's this. I'll turn off. It's a light on the printer itself. There, you can see it better. But in the touchscreen, you go to this leveling, which is the tab down there under settings. It's doing a print right now, so we can't really access it right now. But basically, I do the auto leveling, and then I went to print and I had to adjust the Z height a little bit. There's a little Z height. While it's printing, you can press Z right on the screen right there. Let me see if I get the camera closer. Z. So right now it's at minus 3.85, and it is printing it seemingly good. It's not done yet. It's about 40% done, but it's a little rabbit. I'm going to probably do all of the test files that are on the SD card, full-size SD card down there, and I will start with that because let's see how it comes out. I like the magnetic bed. It's really cool. It's got two little tabs on it, so it makes it easier to get it off and on. Actually, it's a little bit off. I forgot when I started printing it was slightly off, but it's still fine. And it's that nice material that's great to print on. I love magnetic beds, so this is awesome. I like the light. That's cool. It's not an enclosed printer like its brother. I have a Creality Sonic V1, but it does have a light, which is nice. And you can turn the light off, so like it's in my home office. So if it bothers people at night, I can turn the light off or turn the light on to see it. So that's really cool. I like the little drawer in the front. There's a little drawer in here. Don't disturb it while it's printing. I need to get a tripod in here because the camera doesn't. But there's a little drawer to put things in, which locks. And then, like I said, full SD cards. But it's doing its initial print. We'll get back to it in a little bit. Once it's done, we'll show everybody what it looks like. But so far, it's printing it without any issue. The only thing I had to do is adjust the Z height. When I first started printing, it was a little too close to the bed, but I did that. And then we'll go from there. But so far, I like it. It has the filament on top. It has a light. Fairly stable on my desktop. And I'm going to be getting the Sonic Pad. When that happens, we will do the clipper on it and see how that works. But right now it's running off the Marlin that came with it. And it's very quiet other than the fan. There's a little purple light too that's in the hot end, so that's pretty cool. It has two fans. There's one underneath, one to the side, beside the one inside the machine itself. But so far, I'm pretty impressed. Thanks to geekbuying.com for sending us the printer to review, to mess with, that type of thing. And we're also going to be getting the Sonic Pad. Looking forward to working with them a lot in the future. Didn't pay for the printer, but my opinions are still my opinions. So we got one from them. The other one we got, actually the Sonic V1 we got from last year from Creality. Creality sent that one to us, but Geek Buying sent us this one. So thank you to geekbuying.com. I'll put a discount code later in my video comments, so if you want one of these, you can get one at a discount from Geek Buying. So pretty impressive so far. I use other brands that are similar to this, but this is the only, I guess the first actual Creality open style printer I've really ever used. I've used some other ones, but I've never used a Creality this type. I have the Creality Sonic V1, but I've never used a Prusa style or XY style Creality printer before, which I've heard really good things about them, and I finally get to have the opportunity to mess with one. That's very good, and the quality so far seems really good. So I'm pretty impressed. I'll be back after it's done printing and show you guys how the quality. We're going to do a bunch of different prints and different materials and show you how they come out. But this one so far is the little rabbit, and it looks good. Back to you later. Hello, this is David with TechNewsZone.com coming back to you. This is the first print on the Creality Ender S1, Creality Ender 3 S1 Pro. It's a little rabbit that came off the SD card, and it's printed in a matte green PLA that I got just off Amazon. It came in like a 4-pack for like $40, so it's not the best filament in the world, but this printer so far is doing a great job with it. I haven't really looked at it really close, but it looks pretty good considering it wasn't the best filament in the world. But it's like a military green. Being a veteran, I like military green, so it's looking good. And it's almost done. It says 97%. So let's see. We'll come back to it in a couple minutes when it's done, but it's looking good. So far, so good. Dave with TechNewsZone.com, and we'll be back with more A video of this sample, and then we'll run some more samples on the printer as well and see how well it prints, and we'll get back to you after that. So now the print of the Matt Myers Patreon's rabbit. It's like a pre-Easter thing. Articulated rabbit is starting to print on the Creality S1 Pro. Looks pretty good on the layer height there. Get the camera down a little bit. And so far so good. It's rather quiet. You hear the fans running, that's about it. But so far so good. It's getting going. We'll come back to it later and see how it came out. Maybe print a couple other things. And then yesterday I printed that, see how back there on the stand, you just see the edge of it. But I printed the stand for my Mac Pro in it as well. So far I'm pretty impressed. I'm very impressed. So Dave with TechNewsZone.com. I want to print out some TPU as well. It's probably the final thing I'll do. Is I have some orange Matter Hackers TPU, so that'll be my next thing, to do a TPU print. So, but that is it for now, and we'll be back when this is done. Dave with TechNewsZone.com. Still doing some prints on the Ender 3 S1 Pro. Hey, we're back with another print that is related to the Ender 3 S1 Pro. This is a printed in AMOLED multicolor color changing filament, and also it's a glow-in-the-dark multicolor, and it's a stand for my Mac Pro back there. Excuse my mess, but desk is a little crowded. That's a Mac Pro I got recently to do the channel stuff with. I made a stand for it, and so I printed something bigger. It's on the bed. It already came off the bed, which is cool. But I did it with a raft, and it's a stand for the Mac Pro. So we'll see. And I printed it at 75% fill because I wanted to infill, because I didn't want it to break or anything, because it's heavy, slightly heavy. So I want to make it a little more solid. But this is the a stand for that Mac Pro to sit on. I'll check it out. Maybe do another video, and we'll do some more samples in a bit, and then we'll do some final thoughts of the printer and some of our opinions. So far, I'm pretty impressed. The quality looks real good. I'll have to take the raft off, but this is the stand for the Mac Pro 6,1 to get it a little more airflow, which is good, since I live in the desert where it's warm, and it has a tendency to run hot. But this is made in like a translucent, glow-in-the-dark, color-changing silk PLA from AMOLED. Dave with TechNewsZone.com. We'll be back. TechNewsZone.com. This is our last part of the video with prints we've done. This is the first print we printed with Clipper with the Sonic Pad on the Ender 3 S1 Pro. It's printed in a matte brown, almost like a wood tone. It's from Cinderwing 3D. It's a Tadling. But it's printed 120% of normal speed after I did the Clipper, and also I did the calibration of Clipper, so I did the resonance testing on it. So this is printed 120% of normal speed, and it came out really good considering. Not perfect, but it was printed really fast. It maybe took it half an hour to print. It would have taken an hour. So I just was trying to see how well it would come out fast. It's an articulated baby Tadling from Cinderwing 3D. It came out pretty good. Thank you. Hello, this is David with TechNewsZone.com in Henderson, Nevada, coming to you from our home studio. I'd like to thank the folks at geekbuying.com for sending it to us. Appreciate it a great deal. And they also sent us a Sonic Pad. I will have another video on how the Sonic Pad works, some details, some of the tests you could do on it, how it runs, some of the output, showing that Tadling on here running at 120%. That was just previous, a little bit ago. And it printed it really well and really fast from Cinderwing 3D. But overall, I really am impressed by the printer, by the hot end. The quality, the ease of use, the easy to list, amazing, and it printed well. I like the little drawer in the front. I like the fact that it uses full-size SD cards. Overall, it's a really good printer, and I'm very impressed with it. Nothing's perfect, of course, but compared to everything else I've ever used, I haven't used a Prusa, so I don't know how those work, but I've heard good things about those, heard things about other brands, but this one seems very impressive. Description, if you want one of these printers, you go to Geek Buying and there's a discount, or if you want a Sonic Pad, you can save some money on that as well. They've been very easy to work with. The customer service is grand. Very much like the printer. I've had other ones I've used, and this one, the other ones are good, but this one's a little bit better. I like the full metal hot end, the fact you can heat it to 300 degrees. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be, so I really like the Sonic Pad because it's so big. So it's like senior sized. I'm not quite senior yet, I'm 54, but so that's really impressive. And just the way it works, it's really quiet. It seems really well made. I had one print mess up, but I think it just didn't adhere to the bed properly. It might have been the cheap filament I was using, but of all the tests I ran in a very, I'm going to try TPU, I'm going to try some other materials as well, maybe some carbon fiber, that type of thing. Excuse my allergies, we were on the show earlier, but Haviland has a violin that you can 3D print, and this was printed on the printer, and it was just only green. My daughter wanted green filament, so my wife said, why don't you use green? So I used some MakerBot green film I had laying around, so probably wasn't like the best choice for the printer, but I printed this half of a Haviland violin on it, and it printed it well and printed it fairly fast. Took about, so that's really solid. It's a big piece, and it came out very good. So overall, it's a very, very good printer. I definitely recommend it to anybody who wants to either education, market, engineering, or anything like that. Dave with TechNewsZone signing out, and we'll be back with other videos on this printer and other products as time goes by. Thank you.